Hey everyone, it's Monday and welcome back to Monday Money Matters. All right, so today we're going to have a special subject, and that subject is going to be the Rule of 72. Okay, so let's get started with that. Today's subject: when will my money double? Now, have you've gone in, you said, I want to save some money. Oh man, I don't know when it's going to double. How do I find out? So that's your question. When will my money double? So there is a rule called the Rule of 72. The Rule of 72 is just a very simple formula used to determine how long it will take your money to double given a fixed annual rate of interest. And what you do is divide 72 by the annual rate of return, and the answer is a good estimate of how many years it will take for the initial investment to duplicate itself. So here's an example. Let's say you came across $5,000, okay? And we're going to take three different rates: 3%, 6%, and 9%. So 72 divided by 3 is 24. And what that tells me is it will take 24 years for the money to double. So 5,000, here's the 5,000, at 3% is going to double in 24 years, right? Right there. So 5,000 becomes 10,000 in 24 years. In another 24 years, because it's still at 3%, it's going to become 20,000. Okay? So, in 48 years at 3%, 5,000 became 20,000. You say, oh, that's pretty good. I got a lot of time. So now let's take a look at the next example, which is 6%. All right? So here's 6%, and 72 divided by 6 is 12 years, right? So that means that the 5,000 now, because it's at 6%, will double every 12 years. All right? So 5,000 becomes 10,000 in 12 years. 10,000 doubles again in 12 years to 20,000. 20,000 doubles again in 12 years and becomes 40,000 right there. 40,000 doubles again in 12 years to 80,000. Okay? So now you've got 20,000 over here at 3%, and you've got 80,000 over here at 6%. Okay? And then you're going to catch that in a second. So now let's take a look at 9%. All right? 72 divided by 9 is 8. 8 times 9 is 72, right? So now, that means that same $5,000 is going to double in not 24 years, not 12 years, but 8 years. All right, so let's take a look at that. Let's see, 9%. Every 8 years, that 5,000 is going to double. So 5,000 becomes 10,000. Okay, you see that? 5,000 becomes 10,000 in 8 years. 10,000 doubles to 20,000 in another 8 years. 20,000 doubles again in another 8 years. Okay? There it is right there. 40,000 doubles again to 80,000 in another 8 years. All right. 80,000 doubles again in another 8 years to 160,000, and then 160,000 because of the 9% doubles again in another 8 years to $320,000. So, if you had a choice of A, 3%, B, 6%, or C, 9%, which one would you choose? Quite obviously 9%, because in the same time frame, 48 years, 20,000, 80,000, or 320,000, that's the better choice, right? Okay? And so now if you look at the rates, 3%, we doubled to 6%, but the money is 4 times as much. Okay? And 6%, we added on 3%, and the money is 4 times as much. So rate makes a difference. Okay? Now, the other thing about that is this. Let's take a look at who discovered this. First of all, Albert Einstein. The rule of 72 was discovered by Albert Einstein, and he considered it his greatest discovery, even over E equals MC squared. Okay? He considered it the most powerful force on the earth. It, in its simplest form, Einstein explained it this way: when you invest money, you earn interest on your capital. Okay? Now, the rule of 72 is also known as the banker's rule, and being that when you go to open an account the next time, do the math first. Okay, so you'll know how quickly or how slowly your money is going to double. So I'm saying that because the rule of 72 will work for you or it will work against you. Okay, if you don't get the right rate of return. Okay, and the rule of 72 shows how the compounding effect, which is actually interest on interest, actually works. And what happens with the compounding, with the rule of 72, your gains are added to the original amount, and then interest is added to the total. Okay? So the rule of 72, real simple to remember. 72 divided by your interest rate gives you the years. So just a little hint. If you're getting 1%, 72 divided by 1 is 72 years. 72 divided by 1% interest is 72 years. And for you math wizards out there, if you're getting 0.25%, that's 4 times 72, which is about 288 years for your money to double. All right? This is Monday Money Matters with LC Turner and Associates, Ms. LCT_financial health. And I say, make sure your money matters. All right? Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.